Today I'm going to show you how you can so easily have glass-like, glowing, smooth skin with this one little machine here. This is from MYCHWAY and it is the Diamond Microdermabrasion Machine. It is $79.99. That's what I love about this company. Their prices are so incredible and the quality is equally as incredible. And to have this for $79.99 in your own home to use whenever you want, for as long as you want, I mean, you can't get one treatment in a med spa for that price. And this really gives you absolutely professional results. The number one thing that I really love about this machine is that it removes dead skin, which really allows for that cell turnover to happen, which in turn really allows for our products to absorb really easily into our skin and just leaves our skin polished, like it's been resurfaced. And then another thing that it does is that it treats hyperpigmentation and it improves skin texture. So let's say when you were a teenager, you had acne and maybe that leaves some texture on your skin. And I think as we age, most people do get like skin discoloration. I really have done a lot of these types of treatments on my skin, so I don't have that discoloration in my skin. So you know that you can get rid of it and prevent it from happening when you do these types of treatments. But both of those things are not going to be immediate results. You're going to have to use that regularly for a while to see that improve. As far as, you know, getting rid of the dead skin cells, which is like my number one thing that I love about it, that's immediate. Like you use it and immediately your skin is glowing. Another thing that it does is it cleans out our pores like no machine I have ever seen before. I have always had just a lot of blackheads and whiteheads right here on my nose. I mean, from a teenager, I would sit in front of the mirror and just try to squeeze them all out. So I've always had that. This machine has this little device here. I mean, I'm gonna show you everything in a minute, but you just get in there and it just sucks all that out. And what happens when you clean out your pores is, I mean, you're not making your pores smaller. That just is impossible. But when they're cleaned out, it just looks smooth. You don't even see them. It's just like, gives you that beautiful finish. And then the other thing that they claim is that it reduces your fine lines. I mean, I'm a skeptic when it comes to things like that. I think that the fine lines that I have are there to stay. I'm 61 years old, but I do think that it's going to keep them from getting worse. So things like that will prevent. Maybe if you're young enough, it might reverse, but you know, I'm just always a skeptic for reversing wrinkles. I just don't really believe it. So what I'm going to show you now is how I looked when I woke up this morning. My skin was so tight and dry because I have been really laying in on my prescription strength retin-A. So you're going to see my skin just as dry and peeling and cracking as you can possibly get. And I'm going to show you how this little machine just fixes it all. And then an hour later, this is how I look. So let's get started. Every once in a while, I go in really strong with my prescription strength retin-A, and what results I get with that is a really nice cell turnover. But when I'm at the point where it's all starting to set in, my skin gets really dry, like, do you know that feeling where you just feel like it's all gonna crack? And so I'm at that point right now. I feel like if I smile, well, first of all, it feels hard to smile. I can just really feel how tight it is right around here. It's really tight around my eyes. My eyes even feel like they're kind of pulling down a little bit. So everything feels really tight. So I thought this was a perfect opportunity to show you how this little microdermabrasion machine works. It is so great at just polishing your skin. And when you can really see all that dryness in there, how this is just going to just polish it all up, take all that dryness away, and just leave that fresh, beautiful, soft skin underneath. It's a thing of beauty, ladies. Sometimes I feel that these machines might intimidate people if they're not used to doing things at home. This is so not intimidating. It is the easiest thing to work. And it's not cumbersome. It's actually really small. I leave it out all the time. The only thing that's a little cumbersome is this rubber tube, but you could honestly, because I don't need it to be this long. Maybe some people would if they're going far away to get to a mirror, but I could actually cut this if I wanted to, because it's just, I feel just a little bit too long. But outside of that, everything is just really compact. It's all right here. You get a lot in this one little machine. So let me show you what exactly you get. So here is the handle that works the Diamond Microdermabrasion. So you just take the rubber hose and you attach it onto the end. And then you have 3 of the heads, which is this one, which is great for around the eyes. It's just really tiny. Then you have one that's a little bigger. You can get it around your nose, the smaller areas that you want to get in tight. And then this bigger one is just great for just going over the full surface of your skin. Then the other thing that comes with it are these glass tubes. So the way these ones work is they also attach onto the hose, and then with this one here that is sort of a long, I don't know if you can see it, it's a narrow, long opening there, and it has a little hole right there. So you put your finger over the hole, and then it's just a really nice lymphatic massage. So I just love that, just to get all of the blood circulating in your skin. This one here with the little round end, I get it right in on my nose, and I get those little blackheads. I really have a lot in around here, around my nose. I have never had any sort of device that gets those little blackheads. So great for little blackheads, little whiteheads. The last thing that it has is this right here. So this you can fill with whatever you want. I fill it with this fulvic mineral mist. I get it from Vital Earth. I've been using it for years. I don't dilute it or anything. I just put it directly into this bottle. It's just so good at locking in the moisture, and just something about it coming out as just that fine mist. It just really feels like it just, sinks right into your skin. It feels like it gets right into the pores, and I just have it out all the time. So anytime I walk by and I just want a little refresher, I'll just give myself a little spray. I use it on my hair and everything. Love this stuff, but you can put anything in here that you want. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with the smallest little eye one. So what it does is it comes with a package of filters. So you take one of the little filters and you just plop it right inside, so you have the filter right in there, and then you screw it onto the little handle. So simple. You press the on and off button, it turns on. The only thing you have to adjust is the suction. So it's abrasive, that's the microdermabrasion. It's a little bit abrasive, but it's not very. And then there's a suction that comes through. So it's pulling the dead cells off your skin and away. So you just want to adjust that. That's just going to really depend on your skin type and what your level of skin turnover is, how much you need that sucked off. So I'm putting it somewhere maybe just a little bit past halfway. Now I have the eye one on, so I don't know if you can see that I have just a lot of dryness, mostly right in around here. So I'm gonna get in there, and first I'm gonna give it a little test because I don't want it to really pull on my skin. That is not something that I want to do at all. So just take your time, adjust it as you see fit. And once you get it to the level that you think is gonna work best, then you just go over it. As many times as you want, as needed. And it's such a tiny little head that you can even get right in the corner of your eye and your nose. So I can see it is definitely getting those little bits off, but I have a lot. So I am going to just keep doing it until I feel like I've gotten everything off that needs to come off. And it's leaving it just a tiny little bit pink, but it's so soft. And before I get started, the only thing I do to prepare is I wash my face, give it a nice washing, and then I like to take a nice, pretty hot towel and just lay it over my face and just let the pores open up, and it just feels good, and then my skin is nicely prepared to be exfoliated. So because today I do have so much dryness, I'm probably gonna spend a little more time than I might normally. The thing that I love about having this machine and just having it out all the time is that anytime that maybe I wake up in the morning and I have just a little bit of dryness somewhere, it's right there. I don't have to book an appointment and go get my whole face done. I just have a few little in one little spot. I just get in there, boom, it's done. But if I do want to do a spa day and get in there and just do my whole face and just have it just glowing and no dead skin cells on there at all, then I can take, maybe once a month and just go over my whole face and just, it's glowing and it's beautiful. And I can just have all of my devices on, and I'll show you how it's really good just to get in and around the nose area. So again, I'm gonna turn it on, and again, I'm gonna make sure that the adjustment is right. I think I could even go a little bit more. Maybe not. And it's really good at just getting right in around the nose area, those little crevices that are a little tricky to get into. So it's big enough, but not too big. And now I'll show you how the bigger one, they just screw on and off so easily. And then this one actually is too much because I really don't want to pull my skin. And when you're doing this, always go up. We always want to pull our skin up if we're doing any sort, but I'm gonna do it actually quite a bit later. So this one is really good for getting the big surface area. It covers a lot of ground. And there's really no right or wrong way to do this. This really is just wherever you see the need, wherever you see dryness, and if you just want to go over your whole face, then just sort of put a pattern in your head to make sure you've covered all the areas. So I'm done with all the microdermabrasion, and my face feels so baby soft. So the areas that I really had a lot of dryness, I went in pretty hard around there. So it's just a little bit pink right in there, but it's so soft. It just feels so soft. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna take this one right here. So it has the wide, narrow opening, and it has a little hole on the side. So you attach it to your rubber hose, and you put your finger over that hole, turn it on, and adjust the suction. So let me see. I don't want it to be pulling too much. I'm just trying to get the blood circulation going. This is just a really nice thing to do. First thing in the morning, you don't want to put on any makeup, but you do want, your skin to look alive. This is just a beautiful way to get everything livened up and awake. Now let me show you what this little guy does, just a round little opening there. So again, you just put them into the rubber hose. This one also has a little hole in it. So you put your finger over the hole, turn it on, adjust the suction, and put the suction kind of high on this one, because I get in there and I really get those blackheads. Nothing I have ever had has worked like this before. So I love getting those blackheads out. So I just work right in that one little area where I have them. It's just on each side of my nose. So at this point, I have given my skin a pretty good workout. So that is when this mist is going to feel so delightful. So I take my little bottle, I put this same trusty rubber hose, and then I take it out of, because there's two, I think I forgot to tell you that. There's two attachments right here. One is suction and one is release. So for all of these, you put the suction. For the mist, you put it on the release. So you have that on there, you have the other end in the release, you turn it on, you put your finger over that hole on top, and it just mists all over your face, and it feels fabulous. And then lastly, they do suggest that you end by just putting on a sheet mask. I like to put on either my LED mask or my laser mask. My Joe's laser mask is my favorite. Okay, ladies, that is it. Leave in the comments what you think about microdermabrasion. Have you had it done professionally? Does something like this interest you? Let me know. I would love to hear from you. But that is it for today. Hope you have an incredible, fabulous, absolutely delightful day. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye. Love you.